people are just naturally more drawn to like good-looking people, even if it is men.
Could be,
Your
yeah.
face gets pushed out there more.
Yellow! So Clavicular is basically telling Armin Tsarukyan that he would get a title shot, that he would win more title fights if he started looks maxing. Is this true? Well, Conor McGregor, through an AI face analyzer, was recorded as the best looking fighter in UFC. So on the roster, if he's the best looking fighter, that could have been part of what ascended him to superstardom, but it definitely wasn't the main component. You work with the cards you are dealt. He was a great fighter, knockout artist, kept the fight standing up and touched people on the chin and cussed them lights out cold consistently. And he did this in 2 weight classes. That's a big reason as to why he was a superstar. He also fought Floyd Mayweather despite losing that fight. He is a superstar because of what he had accomplished through his discipline. And his face was just a bonus. Perhaps that was part of him, part of what made people feel his vibe and say, hey, I want to be like this guy. And another group of people saying, I hate this guy. And the polarization between the two starting a conversation that enveloped the whole world. Maybe that was part of it. His look, his aesthetic definitely was him wearing suits as well. He emphasizes that quite a bit. Wearing suits and taking care of the way you look, that was definitely a core component to his overall philosophy. But consider this, Miyamoto Musashi. He did not care for looks or comfort. He said it made the warrior soft. He cared looking more like a wild animal, like a wild beast, than he did looking like a human. He didn't even care about hygiene. And this guy was the greatest samurai of all time, won over 60 duels, and wrote some of the greatest philosophy ever. So does looks maxing really matter? You can always work on the details, but you have to work with the cards you were dealt, and it's definitely not everything. Let's continue listening.
So
it's
I'm
like-
gonna do now Botox.
Honestly, it's not a good mog, bro. So like you would probably be able to get more like title fights the better looking you are, you know? So it could be worth it.
I'm gonna do Botox to get my title fight.
There you go.
Was the reason why they didn't give me, because I'm ugly.
No. You know, because you have a full head of hair, good features, lean. But I'm just saying, like, everyone could improve. Like, even the best looking person in the world could still get a little better, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
At the end of the day, you work with the cards you were dealt, but what's the reality? Mixed martial arts is one of the hardest disciplines you can ever embark upon on the grand stage. This arena is cruel, it's vicious, it's hard, it's monstrous. And so if it doesn't give you a mental edge, if it doesn't give you an edge in fighting, you probably shouldn't do it because it's so hard. There's so many things you should focus on instead to improve your game, to get an edge over your opponents. So is looks maxing a good idea? I don't think it's necessary. I think working on your aura, your mentality, your vibe is more important. But of course, the physical reinforces the spiritual as well. The way you emphasize your physical reality, the things you do consistently, help reinforce your spiritual life as well. So looks maxing can influence your spirituality. It can give you a sense of accomplishment. It can give you a positive mental frame. For sure, it can do that, but it's not the end all. I think training hard, focusing on the cards you are dealt, and doing the right things in the gym are much better. Inside and outside of the gym, working on that, working on your craft. Every edge you can get, I think that's more important. And focusing on authenticity more than looks is way more powerful, because there are a lot of famous people who are not good looking. And the reason for that is because they're authentic. That's more important than looks, I believe. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your perspective in the comments below. Ultimately, looks maxing is worthless if you can't win fights, if you can't get the result in the end, and authentically express your soul. Those are the two most important things.